Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to read Disney Dumbo. So, here we are. This is Dumbo. This is the story of a little elephant with a big heart and two very big ears who learned to soar. It was morning at the circus. Hopeful mothers looked up as storks flew overhead. Each stork carried a tiny bundle that held a baby animal. Miss Jumbo sighed as she watched the happy mothers cuddling their babies. "Oh dear, I did so hope there would be a bundle for me," she thought. This is the stork. These are the bundles. And they're falling to the person for the animals. This is Mrs. Jumbo. That's Miss Jumbo, and that's the stork. That's the bundle. A stork flew into Miss Jumbo's railway car and dropped a large bundle. Inside was a baby elephant. Jumbo Jr. is what Miss Jumbo named him. "Look at him," cried the other elephants excitedly. "Isn't he a darling?" This is little Jumbo Jr. These are all the other elephants. Just then, Miss Jumbo's baby sneezed. Out flapped two enormous ears. The other elephants gasped. Then they began to giggle. "Aren't they funny?" said one elephant. "Dumbo," said another. Miss Jumbo didn't care what the other elephants thought. She loved her baby, big ears and all. She lifted him up in her trunk and gently rocked him to sleep. Miss Jumbo, Baby Jumbo Jr. The night the circus train stopped and all the animals climbed out. The circus men put up a huge tent. The next morning, the circus parade made its way through the town. The band played. The clowns and animals marched down the street as the people clapped and cheered. People clapping and cheering. Crowds hurried to the circus tent that night. They were eager to see all the animals. "Look at his ears," cried one noisy boy, pointing at Dumbo. They were the funniest things he'd ever seen. The boys laughed and teased Dumbo. Then one of them pulled the little elephant's ears. Somebody pulled Dumbo's ears. Miss Jumbo trumpeted with anger when she raised a hay bell to throw at the naughty boys. They ran away in terror. "Down, down," cried the ringmaster, cracking his whip. Dumbo's mother was taken away and locked in a small cage, far away from Dumbo. Miss Dumbo's going to a cage, defending her baby. Back in the tent, the other elephants gossiped about Dumbo's mother. "I think she went a bit too far," one said. "It's all the fault of," they pointed to Dumbo, then turned their backs on him. Turned their backs on Dumbo. Nearby, a mouse called Timothy was watching. He felt sorry for the little elephant. "All we've got to do is build you an act," Timothy told Dumbo. "Make you a star." Just then they heard the ringmaster talking in his tent. Have I got an idea? He was saying. An enormous pyramid of pachyderms. Now comes the climax. So as soon as the ringmaster was asleep, Timothy crept into his tent. He scampered up to the ringmaster's ear and said, "Who is your climax?" "The little elephant with the big ears, Dumbo." "Dumbo," mumbled the ringmaster. "Dumbo." The next morning, the ringmaster tried out his new idea. He had all the elephants balanced carefully on top of one another, and Dumbo was to be the very top elephant, the star. But when Dumbo ran in to jump onto the top elephant, oh no! He tripped over his big ears and bumped into the pyramid. The elephants crashed to the ground, and the whole circus tent fell down around them. Bump, bump, bump. Now the elephants were angrier than ever with Dumbo. But the ringmaster had no idea Dumbo could become a clown. So Dumbo was dressed like a baby and put at the very top of a burning building. The other clowns pretended to be firefighters. They sprayed Dumbo with water and held a hoop for him to jump into. Poor Dumbo was terrified as he jumped down. He dropped until he fell through the hoop. Here's Dumbo as the little clown. As the baby, actually. He looks like a baby. Into a tub of sticky goo. The audience cheered and roared with laughter when Dumbo landed in the goo. But Dumbo was not happy at all. "We're going over to see your mother," said Timothy to cheer up Dumbo. Dumbo and his mother were overjoyed to see each other. Miss Dumbo put her trunk through the bars of her cage and cuddled her son, singing a lullaby. But all too soon it was time for Dumbo to go. Sadly, he fell asleep and dreamed and dreamed. Here's Dumbo with his mom visiting. Dumbo cried a little after seeing his mother. All he wanted was to be with her. Once he lay down to sleep, he began to have the strangest dreams. In the dream, he was blowing bubbles. Soon, the bubbles looked just like elephants, elephants that danced and flew. The next morning, Timothy tried to convince Dumbo that he could fly just like a bird. He said Dumbo's ears were so big they were like wings. Dumbo wasn't so sure, sorry, but he trusted Timothy. He would try to fly. In the next show, Dumbo was once again with the clowns. They wanted him to leap from the burning building, but this time Timothy had given a bird feather to Dumbo. Timothy said it was a magic feather that would help him fly. Holding it tight, Dumbo got ready to jump. It worked! Dumbo and Timothy soared through the air, but halfway to the bottom, Dumbo lost his grip on the magic feather. Without it, he couldn't fly. He and Timothy were falling. Here's Dumbo falling from the building. With the wind whistling past as they sped toward down the ground, Timothy quickly told Dumbo that the magic feather wasn't real. He didn't need it. All he had to do was believe in himself. "Open those ears," Timothy cried. "You can fly. You can." Dumbo took a deep breath and began to flap his ears as fast as he could. Suddenly, Dumbo was flying. He didn't need that feather at all. The ringmaster was amazed. He watched Dumbo swoop over the tub of goo and soar past the cheering crowds. Dumbo was a star. Here's Dumbo flying. Before long, Dumbo was famous all around the world, just as Timothy had said he would be. Crowds flocked to the circus to see Dumbo, the amazing flying elephant. The ringmaster released Dumbo's mother and gave her a special train car of her own. And Dumbo and his mother were very happy. The end. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the video. I will be back soon to read a different book. Thank you.